At Pizza Haven, we've always been great at making pizza. But our advertising guru said making great pizza is not enough. You've got to tackle the competition head on. Thank goodness we know how to make great pizza.
You like that?
Claudius.com? That's unreal. Hey, hang on, I've got another call coming in. Hello? SBS Security?
I've planted a bomb at SBS Studio and you're sitting on it right now.
Yeah, hang on, mate. I'll just get my bomb alert form.
That documentary on the Republic of Blatomania, it was biased.
Yeah, look, wait. When is the bomb going to explode?
I'm not going to tell you anything except you're all going to die.
Look, this is serious, right? Where did you put the bomb?
Do you think I'm a idiot? I'm not going to tell you where the bomb is. You're all going to die.
Yeah, listen, mate, I'm just going to have to put you on hold, okay?
Jesus Christ, mate. There's a bomb in it.
Hey, listen, I've got another bomber on the line, right? Look, I'll get back to you later. Maybe we'll do dinner or something.
Excuse me, love. Are you the newsreader?
Don't you know who I am? Margaret Pomeranz, movie show.
Sorry, I don't watch SBS. It's too ethnic.
Zaleciała krasne, co nie. Och, Panie Boże.
Mate, are you the newsreader? Excuse me.
Колко ме сагаш? Колко? Кажи ми.
Go hard, son, I know I would.
Колко ме сагаш?
Krasne, och, Panie Boże.
Can you go anywhere with style? Can you print without any connections? Can you win by a country mile? You can't own a cannon, you can do.
Look, why don't we take a holiday, try and sort things out.
Okay.
Fiji or Thailand?
Fiji.
Right, I'll go to Thailand.
Dare to be yourself.
It's a new flavour.
Peter and Pringle put together. Yummy.
Really hits you.
Tastes like pizza. It does. It's beautiful.
Very cheesy, you know, very tomato cheese.
Just crunch it.
The boys will like them.
Likes pop, you know the rest.
You can't stop.
Some compilations give you a couple of big names. Others give you a few more. Indie 2000 gives you all the big names. All killers, no fillers. 40 tracks, 2 CDs. Indie 2000 Volume 6.
This year, Peter Brock has teamed up with Giddy Goanna, the child safety champion, to launch Giddy's new book, which is all about road safety.
You know something, Giddy? Road safety is vital for all families.
Giddy Goanna is a non-profit charity. Grab a copy of Giddy's road safety book from your news agency today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an important announcement to make. I'd like to introduce to you to my daughter Sophie, who will be carrying the Olympic flame.
Going home. Coming soon.
HBA?
Good evening, I'm Indira Naidu. Coming up in the world news tonight, Governor Bush claims victory, but the courts might still have the final say. Israel retaliates for a Hezbollah bombing raid. 37 people burned to death in a Bangladeshi sweatshop. And claims that sexual abuse is rife in refugee holding camps. Details at 9:30.
Authorised by the Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Good evening, I'm Anton Enos. Coming up in the world news tonight, Bibi bids to change the rules. The darling of the Israeli right attempts to make a comeback. The circus outside the Supreme Court, Americans gather for an historic judgment. Australian law firm takes on the airlines over economy class syndrome. And the Australian scientists discover 3 new planets. Details at 9:30.
SBS advises that the following program has been classified M. It contains adult themes and some violence. After the break, it's a doggy plasticine dog world. Aardman Animations Rex the Runt is next. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Pedro Almodovar's Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down returns. 10 o'clock, Tuesday. Returning Wednesday, the groundbreaking 6-part series profiling Adolf Hitler.
Was dich verpflichtet hat, seit ich als Junge denken wurde. Deutschland!
Here he's visiting his primary school at Fischerham. A boy from the region of the River Inn. A peasant.
The first and still the most complete biography ever committed to television. Hitler, A Profile, Episode 1, The Private Man. Premieres 8:30 Wednesday. Take a ride with David Suzuki, getting up close to the hungry creatures in the microscopic world that surrounds us.
They look sort of like armored personnel carriers with legs on, just waiting, lurking.
Brilliant photography and animation bring this microbial world to life.
Only about 10% of the cells in the human body are actually human. Most of the rest of the stuff we carry around are these microbes that are using us as a convenient planet to live on.
David Suzuki's Up Close and Personal, Our Secret Ecology, 8:30 Thursday.
I'm Paul Murphy and welcome to the first edition of Dateline World.
2 decades of international journalism.
Hello and welcome to Dateline.
Welcome to Dateline. Welcome to Dateline.
Riots.
We are analysts who say...
Revolutions.
We are in the business of funding the militia.
Dateline, an SBS 20th anniversary special. 8:30 Friday. The Santana Supernatural Concert, an all-star tribute to this legendary artist, featuring Santana classics. And songs from the Grammy Award-winning Supernatural album. Bridging the musical divide.
So when you put those two forces together, it's an atomic bomb.
forget about it.
Experience a supernatural evening with Santana. 8:35 Saturday. At last, country music where the beers and the tears and the fears are real.
My brown skin baby, they take him away.
It's just another way of telling stories about your country.
The past, present and future of Aboriginal country music.
Troy Casadeli.
I don't think we would have succeeded in the 60s and early 70s without the support of the Aboriginal people.
On the plains of Pepmanati, where the Olmo River flows, the cotton bed.
For Aboriginal musicians around Australia in the 50s and 60s, dispossession, isolation and racism all combined to keep our music hidden.
Buried Country, 9:20 Sunday. The complacency of science has put us behind in the race against mutating viruses.
When analysed, some of these new viruses had DNA unrelated to anything science knew of.
Bacteria resistant to antibiotics.
Hospitals have now become breeding grounds for antibiotic-resistant superbugs.
Sealed in spacesuits, scientists have restarted the battle against the virus.
This is the hot zone. Here, scientists handle the most deadly emerging viruses. These bacteria can live harmlessly on our skin, but if they enter the bloodstream, they can kill within days.
And we look to the future, a cure for the biggest killer of them all.
Bizarrely, scientists are beginning to realize that even cancer may be infectious.
Future Plagues on the Cutting Edge, 8:30 Tuesday.
On the movie show, George Clooney stars in the latest film by the Coen brothers. Oh, brother, where art thou?
Vernon here's got a job. Vernon's got prospects. He's bona fide.
A young romance rekindled in Paul Cox's Innocence.
Are you out of your mind? We are married.
An extreme rescue mission climbing K2 in vertical limit.
But I think it's suicide. We just leave him up there. What do you call that?
The movie show, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
El kol hareketleriyle şöyle ya da gözünle anlat. Gözünle bana anlat bakayım şimdi tekrar.
When a filmmaker makes a film about a filmmaker, you'd expect it to be perhaps a little pretentious.
Neler yapıyorlar ya? Filmler bundan mı çekiliyor Zafer?
Wednesday. Take a pause to listen and reflect on the private world of director Nuri Bilge Ceylan.
Zaman ne çabuk geçiyor be. Yaşlanmışız. Çok yaşlanmışız.
O zaman neden korkuyorsun?
Ya korkuyoruz da tabii ya biliyorsun işte bu memleket Türkiye burası.
David Stratton's Meditation of the Week. Clouds of May, 10 o'clock, Wednesday. It caused the most famous natural disaster of ancient times and one of Italy's final indignities of the Second World War. What will Vesuvius do next?
For the people of the region, the clock is ticking.
We don't want to create any panic. We are making the maximum effort in order to monitor the volcano and to be able to understand in advance that the volcano is ready to erupt.
For 50 years, Vesuvius has been quiet. But there are signs that its long silence may be coming to an end.
Deadly Shadow of Vesuvius, 8:30 Friday.
Another kind of music that you dance by.
Starting Saturday,
They begin to call it jazz.
we trace the roots of jazz.
If I could walk anywhere in his shadow, I would love it.
And we dig up Louis Armstrong amid some stunning archives. From ragtime to gospel to blues.
Remember.
That old mule I used to plow.
Take a journey up the lazy river. Jazz Memories, 8:30, Saturday.
On Christmas Eve, it's beginning to look a lot like a Bing Crosby Christmas. Starting at 7:30 with The First Silent Night, the story of that treasured Christmas carol born in Austria.
Inside the ancient church, little has changed since Moa celebrated his first Christmas with his grandfather.
Translated into 300 languages, not even the Nazis could ban it.
Holy infant, so tender and mild, should read Sweet Boy with Curly Hair.
At 8:30, a momentous musical event from Marrakesh, followed at 9:35
Maybe I'd better pick up the thread of the story.
by another voice of God.
Oh, the bluebirds and the blackbirds.
When the microphone came in, Crosby decided to get into the nuances of a song and sing softly.
The remarkable life of Harry Crosby, known as Bing.
So that most people think, well, they could probably sing as well themselves if they tried, and they relate to me in that way, and they like me for that reason.
SBS's Christmas Hat Trick, Sunday night. The Star Alliance Network is proud to support SBS.
By the middle of the 1930s, Hitler was at the height of his power. Power he had extorted. He blackmailed his party and became its Führer. He deceived the president of the Reich and became his chancellor. He seduced the Germans and became their tyrant. Appeared to be pursuing just one aim: the removal of the oppressive provisions of the Treaty of Versailles.
Hitler, the Blackmailer, Episode 3, 8:30, Wednesday. So, it's New Year's Eve again, and as usual, there'll be some animals who just have to act like humans.
All animals are equal.
And some people who just don't know when to stop.
Mr. Pomeroy.
The original animated version of George Orwell's socialist classic Animal Farm follows our now traditional dinner for one, itself a classic study in individual inebriation.
Into the day when pigs own and operate farms everywhere.
Then, Die Fledermaus, the classic operetta by Johann Strauss the Younger, tops off a truly thrilling night's viewing. What better way to spend the very last night of the 20th century than Sunday night on SBS?
Zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, 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 yeah. Zoom. Yeah, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, you won't. Yeah, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Good evening, I'm Anton Enos. Coming up in the world news tonight, bomb blasts rock Indonesia, President Wahid facing one of his toughest challenges. Christmas cheer largely absent in the birthplace of Christianity, but plenty to smile about elsewhere. Serbia's new Prime Minister has Slobodan Milosevic in his sights. And as the yachts prepare to sail, we have a special report on the Sydney to Hobart. Details at 9:30.
Toyota Hilux, Australia's favourite ute, because it's unbreakable.
This is that thing, Formula One. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Good evening, I'm Anton Enos. Coming up in the world news tonight, Barak braces himself for a humiliating defeat as Israel braces for more attacks. Battling bullying, the entire defense forces stood down to hear a message of zero tolerance. And shuffling the decks in Thailand, disgraced former premiers are recalled to shore up Thaksin Shinawatre's new government. Details at 9:30.